Today in Google, let's create a set of slides and be sure we create it where we want it to begin with, and then start making some choices as we create a presentation. Easiest way to do that is to be in Google Drive in the folder that you want that presentation to be in if you are set up that way. I know what I'm creating and I want it to go in this folder, actually in this subfolder of this folder. And so I'm going to start right there and create it from here in Drive. So I'm in the folder I want it to be in. I'm going to go over here to New. Our third choice here is Google Slides, and I'm going to create that presentation. That puts this exactly where I want it to be. It's not out in Google Drive waiting to get lost with everything else I have out in Drive. It's in the folder that I want it to be in to begin with. And so when it opens up, you will see everything you're expecting to see in a presentation. First thing to do, and I say this because I forget to all the time, is to go up here and change the title of this so that you don't have a bunch of untitled presentations running around in your Google Drive. Now, I know that this is lesson 8 in a series that I'm doing for a class that I'm teaching about the rule of thirds. It's a photography class, and so here's my title. Here's my title. Now, I could also put it here in the placeholder and had it as it'll automatically populate as the title as well. So once you've got it created and named, your first big decision is to pick the theme. Over here, what will pop up are your automatic options for the theme. If you find one that you like that's perfect, you use it. If you find one that you like with some modification, that's also very, very doable if you just have that in mind to begin with. So I'm going to pick this one because I can. If you change your mind as you're developing, you've got the theme button up here in the toolbar. You can get back to it and change the theme again. Once you've got one selected, you can close the sidebar so that you can get to more of a full screen view, which we'll talk about in another video as we look at all the different views. To make universal changes, you want to go to View, and you want to go into the master slide very carefully. This will let you change the background colors, the font colors, the fonts, the styles, how it's going to treat every different kind of slide. This is the master. Notice it will change everything. This is the master for the title slide, and this is the master for the section header, and so on and so forth. Once you've made the changes that you want to make, for example, let's change the top font because we can. Make it something nice and bold that'll show up. And let's say I want to change it to where it's not white, but it's more yellow, because yellow is a color that they use in this. I've changed the title, notice, on every single slide to be this font and that color. I did that in one click. I don't have to remember to go back in and change it on every slide. I've made that change, and any other changes I want to make, and I can go over here to the X, and it'll get me back to my workspace so that I can work in what Google calls the Filmstrip View. I can see all the other slides that I'm going to create here in the future and my workspace for this slide and these placeholders and this information. So that's your first step. Create your set of slides, pick out your theme, make any changes you want to make there in the master view. From there, you're ready to look at content and layout and inserting and add-ons and the rest of the world in your presentation. So there's your first step. Get it created, get a theme picked out, and then join me in the next presentation to figure out some more changes we can make. Thanks.